Hello and welcome to this instructional video on how to tie a Goddard Caddis. This caddis is tied on an Orvis 3x fine 1x long size 12 hook. I am using a black 4/0 thread for the body portion, and then once I get to the head I will transition to a tan colored thread. This is a size A. For the body I am using deer hair, and for that hackle I have this brown cape, and for the antennae I am using moose mane. I think this adds a little bit. Some of the patterns you'll see call for a stripped quills, but I like the moose mane, so that's what I'm using. We'll get our hook in there, and like all good flies they begin but with a single wrap of thread. We'll cast on our thread and we will continue it rearward towards the bend. Take this all the way back to that bend. Alright, now this first clump of deer hair, I'm keeping all my clumps relatively small, and cut right on down to the body there, down to the hide, and strip off the extras, the shorties and the fuzz. And when I get back here, I'm going to hold on pretty tight, do one soft wrap, and just kind of let that do its thing. Be mindful of the tip of the hook there. That's a good way to nick your thread, and you have to restart everything. So again, I'm just going to strip out the shorties and the down, get that under fur out right up on here. We'll do one soft wrap and we'll just spin that on. This is a wonderful pattern to learn how to spin deer hair on. I figure if you can master spinning deer hair on a size 12 for a dry fly like this, you should have no problem getting into the bigger deer hair heads. For example, a muddler minnow or something to that nature. So we'll just keep adding little small clumps, and we'll just keep spinning that on. And each time I'm making sure to stack the next clump nice and tight to the previous. And each time I just come in here and tease out some of that junk underneath. I just throw it all on my bench, take my time afterwards. I got a little vacuum. Just hoover everything up. Just keep tying that in and packing it back. And you want to leave room up front towards the head. We want to get that hackle in there, and we want to get those antennae in there. So this might be my last pack. Pack and stack. No stacking, just packing and spinning. There we go. And I'm going to run my thread forward a little bit because I have a little packer. There we go. We can get one more in there. I'm going to unwrap. Bring that nice and close. It's a fun pattern to learn how to tie. I don't know, I consider it one of those classics. It's one of those old school ones that really catch fish. I'm planning on tying a few more up, perhaps a little bit smaller, and they will be coming with me to the Madison River. Last year we took a trip out there and I didn't have any of these because I haven't tied any yet. So this is it right here. So I got my thread up here towards the front. I'm done with the hair. I'm just going to do whip finish, and we'll get this thread out of the way. And now for the fun part is the haircut. So I just kind of start off with a big rough cut with my big scissors here, and just kind of take it down as a cone, not going too close. The thing is it's easier to trim a little bit more than it is to grow more hair at this point. Looking a little rough around the edges, but I have this other pair of scissors here. We'll get in here and just start trimming away. And I'm going for a nice round body. Get up here underneath, and when I go to do the back side, I'll remove the hook out of the vise. And get around that hook a little bit. This is where patience and practice comes in. Don't want to take too much off at a time. Alright, we'll go with that for now. Take it out of the vise, and I'm just going to hold it up here by the head and do some more trimming. And on this back side, I'm just going to come in here at an angle. Here we go. We'll get it back into the vise, and we'll do a little bit more trimming. This is not a fast process if you want to do it right. But I think the final results on this is just absolutely stunning. And we'll clean this up here by the head. There we go. So that's the start of it, and then we will put on our 2 moose hair antennae. Get those lined up, line up the tips. I just give it a little bit of a pull. Oh, I gotta get my thread on. Cast on your tan thread. Now we can get in our antennae. Oh. We'll try that again. Once again, we're going to line up our tips. Couple of wraps, make sure they're up on top. And trim off your waist. And now for the hackle. And how I like to do it is come in here, trim that off, and then I'll do a notch on either side of the stem. And that gives me a little something to tie into. There we go. Grab the tip of the hackle with the pliers, and we will palmer this on. Here we go. That's starting to shape up. Lock down the material. And I'm going to lift my antennae up. And I'll do a whip finish. Just a couple of turns. And trim off my thread. Get my antenna back out front. And that, my friends, is the Goddard Caddis. There we go. Beautiful thing. Thanks for tuning in. Happy tying and tight lines.